It was just past 6 a.m. when the fog still clung to the earth like a shroud, and the towering pines of East Haven Woods stood quiet, frozen in eerie silence. Anna Bellamy, a single mother of two, tightened the straps of her boots as she guided her old pickup onto the gravel road. Life had never been easy for her, not since her husband died in a factory fire 5 years ago. Each day she worked 3 jobs just to keep food on the table for her kids, one at the local diner, another cleaning cabins in the mountains, and weekends at the dog shelter. But today was her one rare day off. She planned to take her children on a hike through the woods they had loved when their father was still alive. Only this time, something was different. There was an itch beneath her skin, a sense of dread she couldn't explain. As they moved deeper into the forest, laughter from her kids bounced around the trees, innocent and unaware. But Anna's sharp eyes caught something the children didn't. A torn strip of cloth caught in a low-hanging branch, soaked with dried blood. Her breath hitched. "Stay close," she told her kids. The air felt wrong, too still. Then came the sound that would forever change their lives, a faint groan from beneath the earth. At first, she thought it was her imagination. But as she knelt down, brushing leaves and loose dirt aside, her hands trembled when she found fingertips sticking out of the soil. "Oh my God," she gasped, yanking her kids back. Someone was buried alive, right here, beneath their feet. With trembling hands, she dialed 911, but the signal was too weak. She screamed, hoping someone nearby would hear. Nobody did. So she started digging. With her bare hands, rocks, a hiking stick, anything. Her children helped, frightened but determined. Finally, after what felt like hours, they revealed the face of a man barely breathing, eyes fluttering, lips cracked. His clothes were fine, tailored, expensive. Who was this man, and why had someone left him for dead? He coughed dirt and tried to speak. Anna leaned closer, clutching his face. "You're going to be okay. Stay with me." But what he whispered next was barely audible. "There, watching, still, don't trust, the cops," then he passed out. Anna's heart raced. Who would bury a man alive in the middle of nowhere, and stay behind to watch? She needed to act fast. With the help of her kids, she dragged him to the truck, covering him with blankets. She didn't take him to the hospital. Not yet. The nearest clinic was too far, and if what he said was true, someone might try to finish the job there. Instead, she took him to an abandoned ranger cabin she knew from her childhood. As she cleaned his wounds and wrapped his bruised ribs, she discovered something shocking: his ID. Charles Remington. Billionaire. Vanished 2 weeks ago after being presumed kidnapped during a business retreat in Aspen. His face was on every news channel. Now he lay unconscious on her floor. Anna realized she'd just stepped into something far bigger than she could ever imagine. And someone out there knew she had. That night, headlights passed slowly outside the cabin. The kids were asleep. Anna loaded a rifle her late husband left behind and stood guard. Then came the knock at the door. 3 soft knocks. Silence. Then again, knock, knock, knock. She didn't answer. Whoever was outside whispered, "We know you have him." But Anna was no stranger to fear. She stood her ground, determined to protect her children and the men she didn't yet know had the power to change her life forever. Open Book Chapter 2, The Whisper That Changed Everything. 5,000-word plain paragraph-style script below. The sun barely peeked over the horizon when Charles Remington woke with a gasp, clutching his chest as if he'd been dragged back from the dead. Anna rushed to his side. "You're safe," she whispered, though she wasn't sure it was true. Charles blinked, his voice raw. "Where am I?" Anna explained everything. How she and her kids had found him buried, barely alive. He listened, eyes filling with disbelief, gratitude, and something else, fear. "They'll come for me," he said. "And now they'll come for you too." Anna stiffened. "Who are they?" Charles hesitated before revealing the truth. The company he founded had become the target of a hostile takeover from his own board, people he trusted, betrayed by greed. They'd faked his disappearance and buried him alive, planning to announce his death after a staged accident. But one board member grew a conscience and leaked just enough information to give him a chance to escape. Charles never made it. They caught him first. They want my signature, he whispered. To sign away control, or die. Anna couldn't believe it. This wasn't just about business. It was murder for power. She knew the law wouldn't help, not without proof. And Charles was still too weak to testify. But Anna wasn't someone who gave up. She made a plan. Using her old laptop and burner phone, she started uploading parts of Charles's story to anonymous channels, encrypted messages, hidden camera videos of his bruises, timestamps proving the timeline of his disappearance. The internet caught fire within hours. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag billionaire buried alive. Hashtag corporate conspiracy. Reporters swarmed the woods, but Anna stayed hidden. Meanwhile, Charles grew stronger. He helped her understand the business, the people, the betrayals. And slowly, an unlikely partnership and bond began to form. He was fascinated by her courage, her grit. She was inspired by his vulnerability, his fight for redemption. One night, as they stared at the fire, he turned to her. No one's ever risked their life for me, not like this. Anna looked at him. I didn't do it because you're rich. I did it because you were dying, and I know what it's like to be left behind. Silence hung between them. Then he whispered what would change both their lives, when this is over. I want to start over, with you. Anna's eyes widened. What? Not because you saved me, he said. Because you showed me how to live. Emotions rushed through her. In that moment, surrounded by her sleeping kids and the ashes of a life she'd once lost, Anna realized this man, this broken, buried stranger, was now her future. When the FBI finally raided the corporate office with Charles by their side, everything unraveled. The conspirators were arrested. The truth came out. And Charles reinstated as CEO, his first decision. He stepped down. In a press conference that went viral, Charles said, "A woman with nothing gave me everything. Now I want to live like she does. Honest. Fearless. Free." He donated half his fortune to a foundation run by Anna. They moved to a quiet town by the river, away from skyscrapers and secrets. But their story didn't end there. Because love, born in the darkest place imaginable, had just begun to bloom. And every time someone asked Anna how she met him, she smiled and said, "I dug him out of the ground. And he gave me the world."